All right, look, not all of us were bitten by radioactive spiders or trained by ancient wizards. Some of us just want to press a few buttons and feel like legends without getting out of our gaming chairs. So today, we're diving into 12 games that'll turn you into a superhero. If you've ever walked out of a Marvel movie thinking, I wish I could swing between buildings without immediately splattering on the pavement, Marvel's Spider-Man and its glorious sequel are basically wish fulfillment in disc form. Swinging through New York feels so good, it should be illegal. You'll find yourself abandoning missions just to perfect that one triple spin backflip trick you saw in a random TikTok. Combat is buttery smooth, gadgets are absurdly fun, and every time you unlock a new suit, you'll feel like you just won the lottery of coolness. The first game already set the bar by letting you punch Rhino into submission while cracking jokes, but Spider-Man 2 takes it to an entirely new galaxy by throwing Venom into the mix, and not the kind from your weird neighbor's Halloween costume, the terrifying goo-dripping muscle-on-muscle Venom, also gliding with the new wingsuit, best thing since stuffed crust pizza. One minute you're delivering a heartfelt monologue about responsibility, the next you're yeeting a car full of robbers into a dumpster like it's garbage day. Honestly, half the time you'll forget there's a main story because you're too busy doing tricks midair and photobombing the city skyline. If Spider-Man's motto is, with great power comes great responsibility, then mine after playing these games is, with great web slinging comes great procrastination.
You okay, man?
Okay, the Arkham games don't just let you play as Batman, they practically force you to become the grumpiest, broodiest dude in Gotham. If you've ever wanted to beat up 50 guys at once without breaking a sweat, this is your playground. Arkham Asylum starts you off slow, creeping around a dark, grossly underfunded madhouse, but by Arkham City, you're basically free-roaming a buffet of crime and punching everything that moves like it's a new workout routine. The combat is so satisfying, it should come with a warning label. May cause uncontrollable chair spinning after every combo streak. You're breaking arms, dropping smoke bombs, launching batarangs at people's faces, and somehow still having enough time to emotionally torment the Joker. Then you get to Arkham Knight, hop into the Batmobile, and somehow turn the world's most expensive car into a freaking tank. Was Gotham's insurance system ready for that? Absolutely not. And let's not even get started on gliding. You haven't truly lived until you've dive-bombed off a skyscraper at terminal velocity, punched a guy so hard he ragdolls into next week, and then vanished into a vent like a caffeinated vampire. If Batman's therapy bills ever came to light, Arkham would explain at least 80% of them. It's a full, chaotic experience. You're solving crimes, getting emotionally destroyed by tragic villains, and still finding time to look dramatically cool while perching on rooftops for no reason other than style points. All right, listen, Guardians of the Galaxy isn't just another Marvel cash grab. It's like a cosmic rock concert where the band is constantly drunk, the drummers are raccoon, and half the lyrics are arguments about whose fault it is this time. You're Star-Lord, the most average-named leader in the history of superhero teams, armed with twin pistols and an endless supply of dad jokes. Every mission starts normal. Shoot some bad guys, save the galaxy, you know, regular Tuesday, and somehow spirals into a giant space llama wrecking the ship while Rocket screams about unpaid debts. And the choices? You can either talk your way out of a fight, or insult everyone's mother until fists inevitably start flying. The best part? You're not just controlling Star-Lord, you're directing your whole crew like some intergalactic stage mom. Rocket's building bombs, Groot's slam-dunking enemies, Gamora's slicing fools in half, and Drax is busy trying to body slam anything larger than a lamppost. Also, the soundtrack is pure, glorious chaos. It's funny, it's emotional, it's messy, and it's exactly what a superhero game about a bunch of lovable cosmic disasters should feel like.
These guys are clever! A tactfully executed maneuver! What is next?
If you've ever thought, I wish I could go full metal claw mode and absolutely wreck everything in sight, X-Men Origins Wolverine is your spirit animal. Forget about the movie, we don't talk about the movie. This game is an absolute rage-fueled masterpiece. You're not playing Wolverine, you are Wolverine. We're talking dismemberment physics, regenerative health that shows your skeleton when you get shredded, and the kind of combat that makes Mortal Kombat flinch. It's like the developers asked, how do we make someone feel like the angriest Canadian forest animal possible? And then just gave us everything short of a maple syrup attack. Every fight starts with a basic punch and ends with someone flying through 3 walls in a small existential crisis. One second you're executing a feral lunge across a room, and the next you're chain-chomping helicopters out of the sky like it's a casual Tuesday jog. The environments beg you to trash them, your enemies beg you to stop, and your blood-stained claws beg you for a 5-minute break. Even better, the game embraces the idea that Logan is basically a walking disaster. You're not sneaking around, you're demolishing everything that even breathes in your general direction. It's messy, violent, cathartic, and let's be real, after playing this, every other character who doesn't have 6 retractable knives in their fists just feels like a downgrade. Look, Deadpool the game is basically what happens when you hand a video game studio a bunch of explosives, a pack of Red Bulls, and exactly 0 rules. You're not just controlling Deadpool, you're babysitting Deadpool's own brain, which is arguably the worst co-op partner in the history of co-op partners. One moment you're slicing enemies in half with twin katanas, the next you're breakdancing for absolutely no reason, and somewhere in the middle, Deadpool's arguing with the narrator about how poorly written the script is. It's a fourth wall smashing, completely unhinged love letter to chaos. Combat is fast, sloppy, and hilarious, like trying to sword fight after 6 cups of coffee. Guns, swords, grenades. Deadpool switches between weapons like he's channel surfing during a power outage. Oh, and the humor? Let's just say if you don't laugh at least once every 5 minutes, you're probably a robot. There's a part where you literally slap Wolverine across the face while he's unconscious just because you can, and if that doesn't sell you, I don't know what will. Every mission is like waking up inside a bad cartoon and just rolling with it. Honestly, playing Deadpool feels like eating an entire bag of Halloween candy and then running a marathon. A bad idea on paper, but somehow the most fun you'll have all month.
Checklist. Pain. Run.
If you've ever thought, I wish I could turn my arms into giant flesh swords and karate kick a helicopter out of the sky, Prototype was literally made for you. You're Alex Mercer, aka science experiment gone horribly awesome, and your entire life is just one long, angry parkour montage. Forget being a superhero, you're practically a biological war crime with a hoodie. You can shapeshift, hurl trucks at people, body slam tanks, and yeet across New York like a murderous frisbee. Oh, and absorbing people? Yeah, you casually suck folks into yourself like an anxiety-eating black hole and steal their memories because you're polite like that. The more you play, the more ridiculous it gets. One second you're gliding through Manhattan like a vengeful flying squirrel, the next you're throwing soldiers across state lines and drop-kicking helicopters out of pure spite. The government keeps sending tanks, jets, full armies, and you just keep turning them into high-speed lawn ornaments. Prototype doesn't want you to save the world, it wants you to annihilate everything that looks at you funny while muttering something angsty about who you really are between apocalyptic body slams. It's glorious, messy, and somehow makes you feel both like the world's most dangerous monster and the world's worst urban planning nightmare.
Mag-tech function degraded, over.
Imagine assembling a team of Earth's mightiest heroes and then realizing halfway through you're basically managing a group project with the most dramatic co-workers in the multiverse. That's Marvel's Midnight Suns for you. It's a tactical strategy game, sure, but also it's a glorified superhero summer camp where Blade and Captain Marvel awkwardly compete in sparring contests and Tony Stark can't stop trying to make a coffee machine sentient. You're the hunter. A customizable character who somehow manages to babysit literal gods without flipping over a table. Combat plays like someone dropped a bunch of Uno cards into a magical blender. You pick your moves from a hand of abilities, smash enemies into oblivion, and pray nobody judges you for putting Captain America in a headlock. Between missions, you're chilling at the Abbey, petting your demon dog, yes, demon dog, and trying not to start passive-aggressive flame wars with magic. Also, crafting magical friendship bracelets is somehow a key mechanic. Nothing says epic battle against ancient evil like winning Wolverine's loyalty by beating him at video games and giving him a sick friendship necklace. Midnight Suns is weird, funny, way more charming than it has any right to be, and the only game where Doctor Strange might guilt trip you into joining a book club before fighting literal hellspawn.
I know that wasn't your signature move.
If you ever wanted to know what would happen if Superman woke up and decided, you know what, I'm tired of democracy, welcome to Injustice 2, where superheroes settle their arguments by punching each other through skyscrapers like polite, reasonable adults. This is basically the DC Universe's most chaotic group therapy session disguised as a fighting game. You want Batman to punch Flash so hard he flies through 5 different time zones? You can do that. You want Harley Quinn to beat up Darkseid using nothing but a mallet and terrible puns? Absolutely encouraged. The fights are so over the top it feels like physics just rage quit in protest. You're launching people into orbit, slamming them back down, and somehow nobody ever gets a single scratch on their costume. Plus there's armor customization because nothing says serious political struggle like dressing Aquaman up in neon green shoulder pads and a fancy new hat. The story mode, pure soap opera gold, friends betray friends, evil Superman gives TED Talks on dictatorship, and Batman spends 80% of the time looking like he deeply regrets answering the group text. Injustice 2 takes everything you love about superheroes, the drama, the powers, the completely unnecessary property destruction, and cranks it up so high your controller might actually file a restraining order.
Look, little birdie's twitting around your head.
Infamous Second Son is what happens when you give a rebellious street artist superpowers and zero adult supervision. You play as Delson Rowe, the world's most charming graffiti vandal, who suddenly gets the ability to absorb other people's powers like he's running some kind of magical buffet. Smoke powers? Sure. Neon powers? Absolutely. Concrete powers? Why not? Let's get weird. 1 second you're zipping through Seattle like a caffeinated poltergeist, the next you're hurling missiles made of neon at helicopters just because someone looked at you weird. Delson's attitude is peak, I can fix it later energy, constantly quipping, flirting with disaster, and treating world-ending powers with about the same seriousness most people reserve for picking a new Netflix show. And don't even get me started on the morality system. You can either be the cool, helpful superhero who hugs kittens and plants trees, or the chaos gremlin who paints your enemies with their own broken dreams. Either way, you get insane powers and the city reacts accordingly, either cheering you on or chasing you down with helicopters, flamethrowers, and the world's angriest military contractors. It's stylish, fast, explosive, and basically the best argument for why teenagers probably shouldn't have superpowers. Imagine being handed a suicide mission that basically reads, "Dear violent criminals, please kill the most dangerous people on Earth. Good luck." That Suicide Squad killed the Justice League in a nutshell. You're controlling a gang of walking disasters. Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, and King Shark. And somehow your job is to take down brainwashed Justice League members who could each individually body slam a country. No pressure. Combat is pure, weapons-grade chaos. You're ziplining around, shooting alien monsters in the face, and occasionally trading insults with your teammates like it's a very aggressive company picnic. Harley's swinging around like Spider-Man's caffeine-addicted cousin, Boomerang's teleporting like a guy who just rage quit traffic, and King Shark is, well, he's King Shark. He bites people. A lot. The writing is pure, beautiful insanity. Everyone's shouting, threatening, joking, and occasionally realizing they are 200% screwed. It's loud, ridiculous, bloody, and somehow manages to make you feel almost sorry for Superman, who probably didn't sign up for this level of psychological damage when he woke up this morning. Suicide Squad proves that sometimes, when the world needs saving, you send in the absolute worst people possible and just hope they don't blow up the planet faster than the bad guys.
Our mighty foe is about to burst.
Marvel's Avengers is like if you tried to run a garage band with 6 of the most famous people on Earth. There's talent, there's chaos, and there's definitely a lot of yelling. You start off playing Kamala Khan, aka Ms. Marvel, who is basically the world's biggest Avengers fangirl turned actual superhero, and she's somehow the least dysfunctional member of the team. The rest? Tony's being Tony, inventing robots and insulting people. Bruce is actively trying not to Hulk smash the couch. Thor is still convinced he's the funniest guy in the room, and Black Widow is 2 bad jokes away from retiring early. The combat is crunchy and satisfying, Iron Man zipping around in the sky like a caffeinated mosquito, Hulk's throwing tanks like they're dodgeballs, and Cap's shield is basically a legal weapon of mass destruction. Sure, there's a lot of looter grind, and sure, sometimes the servers treated your progress like a cruel practical joke, but when you're in the thick of battle, throwing enemies across arenas while your teammates are screaming witty one-liners and hitting each other with high fives and bad ideas, it's the superhero chaos you didn't know you needed. Plus, you can customize Hulk to wear neon pants, and honestly, isn't that the dream?
Tony, Thor, the cables! I'll handle the freaking detonator.
So, Batman's dead. Allegedly. Probably. Comic book rules apply. And now it's up to the B team that could, Nightwing, Batgirl, Red Hood, and Robin to keep Gotham from eating itself alive. Gotham Knights is basically superhero summer camp with way more punching. Each hero plays differently. Nightwing is the flippy acrobat who never skips leg day, Red Hood's a human tank with anger issues, Robin's the sneaky brainiac teleporting all over the place, and Batgirl's hacking every camera like she's one bad breakup away from becoming a full-time supervillain. The city is dark, moody, and extremely allergic to public lighting, which is perfect because you'll spend half your time leaping across rooftops like very athletic pigeons. Combat is slick, co-op is hilarious, because nothing says teamwork like accidentally clotheslining each other during a fight. And upgrading your suits turns you into walking fashion disasters of justice. Every night you patrol Gotham, beat up thugs, solve mysteries, and sometimes awkwardly crash funerals, because being a crime fighter apparently comes with a free side of social anxiety. Gotham Knights is messy, stylish, dramatic, and somehow still charming. Proof that you don't need a billionaire in a bat costume to save the day. You just need 4 extremely tired 20-somethings with an absurd tolerance for getting punched in the face. And there you have it. 12 games that'll make you feel like a superhero, a demolition crew, and occasionally a public safety hazard all rolled into one. If you enjoyed pretending to save the world while secretly making it worse, hit that like button, subscribe for more chaos, and remember, with great power comes great opportunities to absolutely wreck everything. See you in the next one, Legends.